Welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to be talking about XRP, Nano, XLM, Cardano, Litecoin, Ethereum, Neutron, and Monero. So it's going to be very quick. So when you take a look at XRP, right, we got this clear inverse head and shoulder, right, and then I'm expecting XRP to retest this area. So, but XRP is completely oversold, right, and then we making a clear divergence between the RSI and the price. When you take a look at this area right here, and then you go to your RSI, we're making this clear divergence. So XRP is just needs some volume to spike to the upside with a big move, right? Let's say 25 to 30% move to the upside, right, at least for the short term. So that's what I'm expecting from XRP. The next coin we're going to be talking about is Nano. Nano is making a nice structure, right? Very easy structure, a nice triangle. I'm expecting Nano to get as close as possible to the end of the triangle, right? And make a big aggressive move to the downside. So you got to think about it, right? We got a massive selling pressure versus BTC, and then we got this ABC correction, right? So basically you got your three wave like that, and then we come back, retest this area, right? So I'm expecting Nano to come back and retest this upper level of the upper level of the resistance, right? At least a 20 to a 25% to the 20 to 25% move to the upside, right? The current price of Nano is roughly 90 cents, so 30% of that is roughly like gonna put Nano right around like $1.30 to $1.20, so in that range, right? So at least for the short term, right, the market is bullish, so I'm expecting Nano for the R side to make a slight U-turn, right? So we got this divergence anyway, so make it get to this area of a 60 to a 72, right? 60 to 72 range, right, at least for the short term. So the next coin we're going to be talking about is XLM. If you watch my recent videos, I'm extremely bullish on XLM. This is my own personal opinion, so don't buy XLM based on what I'm saying, right? So when XLM was completely oversold, right around this area, I said it like XLM is actually like actually bullish, even though like we right around this area of oversold, right? So I was expecting XLM to make this big move to the upside, and that's what we made exactly, right? That's what XLM made exactly, right? So I was expecting also XLM to make a slight U-turn, because we got to this area of resistance. So XLM, gonna slow down at least for the short term, right, before we move to this upper level of the RSI, roughly 72 to 83, right, in that range. So not dollar, but the RSI number, right? So at least for the short term, right? So watch out for XLM also to make a slight pullback. We could come back, retest this area, but let's say we could come back and retest this area right here, at least for the short term, before we make a big move to the upside, right? The market is pretty bullish, so just watch out for those like big spike to the downside. So the next coin we're going to be talking about is ADA. When you take a look at ADA, a nice structure just like Litecoin, right? And then ETHEREUM. So what I'm expecting from ADA, since we got this divergence right here, right? Let's see. I think we had a divergence on the lower time frame, right? But when you take a look at ADA, we got this big selling pressure to the downside, and then a nice three wave move to the upside, come back, retest this area, right? And then we're gonna make a big move to the upside, right? So that's what I'm expecting, at least from ADA. The same type of move ADA is making right now, that's the same type of move I'm expecting also from XLM, right, recently. So XLM gonna make this move, come back, retest this area right here, and then move to the upside. So that's what I'm expecting from ADA. A 15, let's say we already retested this area, right? So let's say a 15 to 12% to the upside, right, at least for the short term, right? So right around this area of the neckline. So the next coin we're going to be talking about is Litecoin. When you take a look at Litecoin is extremely bullish. We got this inverse head and shoulder, right? I mentioned on my previous video, right? So we broke out this area and made a one-to-one extension, right? So after we made this after Litecoin made this one-to-one extension, now we got to look at this 5-wave structure right to the upside, right? So we got wave number 3. I'm expecting wave number 4 somewhere around there, and then wave number 5. So wave number 3, wave number 4 could be, could be a big week, right? It doesn't have to be like a 3 to 4 days, sell off. It could be like Litecoin just drop in one day, like to like a, let's say, 0.011 BTC, and then get a big rejection. So, and then we most likely also gonna get a big support right around this area of a 50 EMA, right? And then the 100 EMA going to be moving very fast also. So you could be expecting Litecoin getting like a multiple support right around this area of wave number 4, right? So that's what I'm expecting from Litecoin. We got a clear divergence on the R side, so that's a good indication. But the R side most likely going to make a U-turn very soon, because we have to complete a wave number 5, right? So you would be looking at the RSI, to come back right around this area, right to right around 6, right? Still making a divergence, right? So, but we're gonna get this move to the upside, gonna give us wave number 5. So that's what I'm expecting from Litecoin, right? So the next coin we're gonna be talking about is Ethereum. Ethereum is very bullish actually. So when you take a look at it, I'm expecting a one-to-one extension, right? A very easy structure for Ethereum. So not much to do, right? So just do a one-to-one extension and just watch the price, get to that point. So a 25% move to the upside, right, from the current price of what, almost 150. So you're looking at almost like Ethereum like 180 to 190, right, roughly in that range, right? So you got a clear crossover between the 50 and then 100 EMA, so that's actually bullish. And then Ethereum is actually, on the daily time frame, Ethereum is actually like very bullish, right? When you take a look at it, we got a big move to the upside. Maybe the last hour or so, we probably got like a 5 to 10% move to the upside. So that's what I'm expecting from Ethereum. The R side moving to the upside, no clear divergence between R side and price. So let's see, you got this, and then our price is still doing the same move, right? So you would be expecting like price to be moving to the upside, and then we're gonna get a clear divergence between the R side right around this area, right? The R side and then the price, right, moving to the upside. So at least for the short term, right? So that's what I'm expecting from Ethereum. The next coin we're gonna be talking about is NEO. As I mentioned in my previous video, NEO and Ontology, they move like an opposite, right? When Ontology is extremely bullish, NEO gonna be bearish, right? And you can see like the last 5-6 days, Ontology moved up like what, almost like 50%, right? And then NEO was moving just sideways, right? So you gotta keep in mind NEO and Ontology, they basically sharing the same volume. So, and then I said like it's not safe to be buying NEO right around this area, but because of Ontology, needed to make a big move, right? So, but this video is about this one is about NEO. So let's talk about NEO. I'm expecting a one-to-one extension, a crossover between the 50 and then 100 EMA, and then NEO gonna move to the upside roughly. Let's say we're gonna get this 20% move to the upside. On dollar value, you would be looking at NEO roughly about like 12.5 to 11.5, right? So, but versus BTC, you would be looking at 0.0027, right, roughly. So that's what I'm expecting from NEO. When you take a look at the RSI, I said it in my previous video, RSI most likely going to make a U-turn and then maybe get some slight, resistance right around this area, and then finally get to this area of 72 to 60. 72 to 82, right, roughly right around this area, right? So that's what I'm expecting from NEO, and then we're gonna get this clear divergence between RSI and then the price, right? Price gonna keep moving to the upside, and then RSI gonna make this get this resistance right around this area. So the next coin we're gonna be talking about is Tron. When you take a look at Tron, if you've been holding Tron, you must have been going through some tough time, right? So we've been bearish the last, almost like the last 30 days, right? Tron since like January 28th, right? February 3rd, like Tron been bearish, right? No actual move to the upside. So, and I made a special video about Tron, right? I'm expecting Tron to get back to this area of the golden packet, right? Sometime, after the next sell-off, right? So I'm expecting Tron to be the first coin after the next sell-off to make a big move to the upside. But before that, Tron needs to make a an ABC correction to the downside. I don't expect Tron to make a straight move, you know, from this point to that point. So I'm expecting Tron to make a B, and C, right? If any, right? If not, you know, we get this area of you know, let's say 100 EMA most likely going to support the price, because the area of this you know, 50 EMA couldn't support the price. You can take a look at it right around this area, couldn't support the price, right? This 382 region, right? So I'm expecting at least, you know, the 50%, and then you know, this 100 EMA, you know, makes some type of you know, action, right? Reaction. So at least for the short term. So the next coin we're going to be talking about is Monero. When you take a look at Monero without even drawing any structure, you know, Monero is making a bottom formation. So, and then this type of move is very aggressive, right? So the reason why I'm saying it's aggressive, when you take a look at the boundary, right? So from support to resistance, right, it's almost 10%. So, you know, somebody been accumulating Monero for the longest possible, right? Let's say since like mid-December, we've been making this you know, horizontal move, right, from this area, right, to that area. It's 10% difference, right? So in BTC, not even in dollar. So that's a big move, right? So, and when you take a look at it, you got a 5 waves, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you would be expecting Monero to make a slight ABC correction, just like what is it doing right now, right here, right? You got your nice structure, and then you're expecting Monero to move to the upside. So at least for the short term, right? So that's what I'm expecting from Monero, to break this upper level of the 100 EMA at least the next 2 to 3 days, right? And then make at least a 10 to 15% move to the upside, and then we're going to update the price. And the next coin I just wanted to talk about very quick is ICX. When you take a look at ICX, I made a video about this coin ready to make a big move after Bitcoin cools down. I made a special video for that, right? ICX was one of them. So you got this, you know, upper level of this boundary, right? This area of resistance, right? You know, we got this area of support. So price broke below this area of support, right? So that was just a fake out, right? So we make a nice flag right around this area, right? A nice flag, right? Also a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 formation, just like Monero, and then a move to the upside, right? So this is just a nice, you know, formation, right? A nice accumulation area, which is like roughly, you know, 4 to 5% accumulation, right? And then Monero, I mean not Monero, but ICX most likely going to break this area the next couple of days, this upper level of the boundary, right? And then retest this area of you know, 100 EMA and move right around this area of 100 EMA, right? So most of the alt, they're going to be moving above the area of the 100 EMA. So if you're holding an alt, right, it is not a financial advice, but let's say you're holding like a one chain and it is moving below the 50 EMA, so it's a good time to be accumulating, so at least for the short term, right? So that's what I'm thinking about ICX doing, moving away from this area of 50 EMA and get above this area of 100 EMA, at least for the short term. So that's about it for today. Let me know what you think down below. If you want me to include any other coins, let's say EOS or Ontology or any other coins, right? So probably I will be able to do so. Thank you for watching. If you're new to the content, also make sure to hit the like, subscribe, so you can get these daily updates. Thank you.